Okay, so welcome back to the Prince 2 series. So, as we discussed in the last video, the benefits and overview of the Prince 2. Now, today we are going to talk about the 7 aspects of the project performance. So, let's begin. So, as any project have the lot of variables, similarly, Prince 2 defined 7 performance targets for the project, which are total number of 7, which is very much important for any project to be managed throughout the project. So these are the project performance targets and sets the expected success level against which project management will be judged. So what is these project performance target? So these are the project performance target where you start a project from the beginning to the end. You will manage all of these parameters to make sure that your project is being performed against defined target which you have set up. So first one is the cost, second is time, quality, scope, benefits, sustainability, and then risk. So these are the 7 performance target which require to be managed throughout the project, and all the Prince2 method, process, practices and principles will help you to manage these performance target, and the manager or the team manager or the project manager needs to make sure these performance target are defined for the project and manage effectively and efficiently. Let's go through in each of the performance target one by one. The first one is the cost. As a definition wise, the project will always have the specific cost. As project develops, there may be a factor that can be affected the cost, which include the budget, which require to be managed throughout your project starting to the end also. So you have a specific budget, so you need to break down the budget into the various stages and then phases and then activity which require to be performed throughout your project. So what are the key things you need to control and identify in your project? So what are the things you always need to consider before you begin any project? The cost is the most important, so you always need to make sure the project which you would like to execute, is it affordable, executable, or do we have enough budget? Can we complete within the defined timelines? Can we deliver the quality of the product as per the defined cost? So some of the key considerations we always need to make sure and identify. For example, is the project affordable? So this question will be asked by the project manager. So do I have a sufficient budget, money, or the cost to perform and deliver the project outputs as per agreed quality? So these are the pointers you always need to consider. So there are some factors that require to be seen throughout the project, like how much you are spending. Are you underspending or overspending? Or what are the variables you require to be managed throughout your project? Just an example. So when you are constructing a house or a building, so the construction company needs to manage the various budget. So in this example, so total 5 million budget is been allocated. So you may be looking for the various costing factors like labor cost, labor rates, material, machine, And in case of any delays happen, so do you have the budget to make corrective actions? That's the purpose of having the cost parameters in your project. Next is the time. So the time is the starting point to the end point. You always need to consider when you are starting a project, whether the project will be started and be delivered within the defined timeline. For example, you have a project which required to be complete in 3 months. So do you have a sufficient time to complete? So what you require to know? So do you have the enough timelines where you can begin the project and close the project within the defined timelines? So these are the areas you will always need to consider. So are the tasks being completed, like development, executions? So is there any delay? So do you have any delays or any impact, like some approvals from the customer which can impact the delays? Or how you would like to recover from the project? Maybe some defect, error, bugs, or some standards you are not able to meet within the defined timelines, or not able to meet the quality parameters what is being expected from the project. Examples, so like software development, you require to develop applications within the 6 months. So you require to divide the whole project into the various stages, like requirement gathering, designing, development, testing, or UAT. So you would require to break down the whole project into the many phases depending on the project management activities. So you would like to have and define the defined timelines according to your project, available resource, and key considerations of those risk and uncertainty. Next, quality. So quality is ultimate goal. So you know that quality is everyone like it. So the customer is going to pay for this, and you are required to pay and deliver right expected quality. So finishing on time budget is not much consolations if the result of the project is not specified. That means if something is not being specified by the project or the quality parameters, assurance activity, controlling activity, and then that required to meet the purpose of the project. So like deliverables, so every deliverables will be having a specific criteria for the quality parameters. So whether you have identified all the defects and remove those defects. So how you are going to do the quality assurance, quality control, and quality management activity throughout your project, starting to the end also. And make sure that you have the complete understanding of the quality parameters, like subject matter experts who have the knowledge of what is to be done, what is to be delivered, what is to be executed. Like an example, so like you are part of the manufacturing company where you are working on electrical vehicle. You always need to make sure that safety, regulatory features, performance features, inspections, testing, walkthrough, compliance, or meeting the standards according to your project requirement. So quality is the ultimate goal for any project manager, and customer is always looking for the quality output, and then only they will accept the product. Without the quality parameters, you will not going to get success in your project, because it create the delays, customer will not accept, the payment will get delayed, lot of challenges, lot of hurdles, and then it create more and more delays in project also, which further increase the cost and delays. Okay,